Should I just buy ads to grow our traffic internationally, or should I just build my own audience and do the whole content thing in a very organic way? This is like the question that I keep getting from either my audience or our customers. And I would say it's a very fair one because both kind of promise you the same thing, because more buyers will find you either way, right? But I would say these two routes are completely different animals. It's very common for companies to pick the wrong path at the wrong stage, and only because they want faster speed for growing. So here's the thing with ads, right? Ads are fast and you put money in, you get clicks tomorrow. And then, if you want to test like a new market, expand into a new market, that's actually really good. But the problem with ads right now is that they're basically rented attention, okay? Because whenever you stop paying for it, it just all go back to zero. Like the traffic, it will be gone. And you just don't keep anything from it, all right? And then the cost usually just goes in one direction. It just keeps going up every year. And the cheap traffic these days are just gone because everybody's renting for attention. And we're all relying on these giant platforms like Google, Meta, TikTok, and all these kind of places. But organic traffic for businesses who want to find clients are just the opposite, right? It's very slow, it's very painful, and at the beginning it just feels like nothing happens after you post again and again and again for a very long time. But what you're building actually is yours. You got the audience, you got the trust, you got the buyer who saw, maybe your factory or your products or the way you serve customers like 10 times before they even message you, right? Like you're building this familiarity in front of your potential clients, right? And they might be the 1% of your audience. And these audience don't disappear even if you don't spend any money on them. And there's another thing that a lot of people just miss, which is buyers actually trust the stuff you didn't pay to put in front of them way more than, say, an ad. So building the organic traffic, on the other hand, is not renting, because you're actually owning this audience and you're owning this traffic pool that will potentially turn into something that will feed into your business. But after this comparison between ads and organic, what I'm actually thinking is that I don't think this is even the right fight if you're picking like one over the other. All right, because it doesn't matter if you're buying the click or you're earning the click from an audience, they're just getting you the exact same thing. They're getting you the inquiries, they're getting you these potential leads into your inbox, and that's it. The ads do not close any customers, and viral videos do not close any customers. The actual purchase only get won or lost after this whole initial attention acquirement thing. And I would say this is what a lot of companies are ignoring, because from a seller perspective, you will burn a lot of money at the top just to get people's attention, to be discovered. And then when a real buyer finally, sends you a message or something, you're like, oh, great, this is a good one. Let me just reply after I'm ready. But in fact, if you don't follow up with them immediately, the lead is dead, even if you paid for it or you got it from a viral post, okay? People just drop. So technically, just getting discovered is just the cheap part, with or without ads. And you can pick whatever way you want. You can perhaps test first with organic traffic. You can perhaps test with a little bit of money first to see if your thing actually makes sense to a lot of customers. But over time, the very expensive mistake you can make is probably just being too slow and sloppy the moment when a real buyer actually is willing to show up and pay, right? That's the part that I would, as a business, I would obsess over deciding which channel I pick for growing the business. Anyways, it's just something that we keep noticing when we're working with the customers who are using our tool to manage their sales leads pipeline. And I really recommend everyone to focus on the follow-ups and focus on the prompt responses rather than getting too obsessed with deciding which way you want to use to acquire the initial attention. I think you should focus on the more important things. Thanks.